Today we will learn about microC OS2. It's a simple, easy to use real-time kernel written in C language for embedded application development. microC OS2 is an acronym for Microcontroller Operating System version 2. microC OS2 is a portable, roamable, scalable, preemptive, real-time, multitasking, priority-based OS. The main features, there are two main features of microC OS2. First one is multitasking, that is supports multi-threading, and second one is priority-based preemptive task scheduling. It's an open source and C and free for academic use. microC OS2 is a commercial real-time kernel. The microC OS2 kernel is available for different families of processors and microcontrollers, and it supports processors and controllers ranging from 8-bit to 64-bit. Some example of microC OS2 are the processors that support microC OS2 are ARM family of processors, Intel 8085, x86, 8051, Freescale 68K series, and Altera Neos 2. These are some example of for some of the processors or controllers supported by microC and OS2. This is the architecture of microC OS2. The top layer is application layer, and middle layer is software layer and hardware layer. Hardware layer containing CPU and timer, and the software layer up in between application software and hardware there is a system software that containing the operating system, that is microC OS2, which is a processor independent code. Then microC OS2 configuration, that is for application specific, and microC OS2 port process specific codes. Then today we will discuss about task creation and management, kernel function and initialization, task scheduling, inter-task communication, mutual exclusion and task synchronization, timing and reference, memory management and interrupt handling of microC and OS2. Task creation and management. 5 possible status for a task to be in task creation. First one, there are 5 states are there. First state is dormant. The dormant state corresponding to the stage where a task is created but no resources are allocated to it. This means the task is still present in the code memory space, but microC OS needs to be informed about it. Second state is ready. It corresponds to a stage where the task is inserted into memory and is awaiting the CPU for its turn for execution. Third state is running. It's a stage where the task is being executed by CPU. Then waiting or pending stage corresponding to a stage where a running task is temporarily suspended from execution and does not have an immediate access to resources. The waiting state might be invoked by various conditions, like the task enters a wait state for an event to occur. For example, waiting for user input such as keyboard input, or waiting for getting access to a shared resource. Then last state is interrupted. A task enters the interrupted or ISR stage when an interrupt is occurred and CPU execute the ISR. So these are the 5 stages. Then next one, task creation and management. A task is usually created a non-ending function. This is an example, creation of a task. Here we are creating a task with a name microC task. it task doesn't return anything, that is void ആണ് keyword, so it doesn't return anything. The argument to the task is passed through a pointer to void. Depending on the argument required, the pointer can pass structure variables or other data types or function pointer to the task. The task micro C task is in the dominant state now. There is a while loop is there, so non-ending function ആണ്. One means is always true, is executed. So code corresponding to the task will be written here. Then task creation and management needs to pass this task to micro C kernel to make ready for execution. It support up to 64 tasks. So here micro C kernel calls OS task create function or OS task create ext function is used to create the function, or create a task. So these two functions are used for create a task. The argument passed to this OS task create is pointed to a task code or a function, pointed to argument, pointed to top of the stack, and desert priority. These are priority are unique. Then OS task create ext or function in OS task.c. It is also used to create the task, and argument is same as that of OS task create, plus it containing some IDs, user specific unique task identifier number, and PBOS pointed to bottom of stack used for stack checking. Then stack size, number of elements in the stack. PEXT, that is pointed to user supplied task specified data area. Then OPT, options to control how the task is created. Then these two functions are used for creating the task, and the argument used here. Then the other task management functions, OS task suspend function. This task will not run again until after it is resumed. Kernel reschedules the next higher priority for execution. Here, for suspending a task is use OS task suspend function. So set OS stat suspend flag removes the task from ready list if there. Then argument is task priority, that is used to identify the task. So suspends or block a task from execution, we are using this OS task suspend. On task suspension, the kernel reschedules the next higher priority task for execution. A task can suspend itself by passing the argument OS priority self to this code. Then OS task resume a suspended task. Then next one, OS task del request. It's same as that of OS task del function. It send a task delete request to the OS micro C kernel. So OS task del എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് is also used for delete a specific task. അത് തന്നെയാണ് OS task del request, that send a request to the kernel. If OS task del then function is called, then it set task to dormant state, so no longer scheduled by the OS. Then the task is specified by its priority. The next one is OS task chain priority. If we want to change the priority, we are using identify the task by current priority, or change the task priority, we are using this function. Then OS task query, then identify the task by priority, and it retrieves the information about a task in a task control block structure. And OS task stack check is check Stack Overflow for the creation of the task. Then OS task name get returns the name associated with a task. Then OS task name set is used for set the name for a task. The task is identified using its priority. Then application requested delays. Some of the delay functions are used here. OS time delay or OS time delay HMSM. OS time delay the task for a specified duration. The delay is mentioned in a number of clock ticks. It ranges from 0 to 65535 ticks. OS time delay HMSM is delay the task for a specified duration. The delay time is specified by the combination of hours, minutes, second and millisecond. The time is here. Hours are values is in between 0 to 255, M ranges from 0 to 59, S second ranges from 0 to 59 and millisecond is ranges from 0 to 999. And OS time delay resumes a task which is delayed by a call to either OS time delay or OS time delay HMSM. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു ടൈം ഡിലേ കോൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ റിസ്യൂം ചെയ്യാൻ റിട്ടേൺ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഏത് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ടൈം ഡിലേ റിസ്യൂം യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ദെൻ നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ ഈസ് കേർണൽ ഫങ്ഷൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഇനീഷ്യലൈസേഷൻ. The kernel needs to be initialized and started before executing the user task. Micro C OS 2 provides OS kernel initialization and start routines. The Micro C OS kernel initialization and OS kernel start is written as a part of the startup code which is executed before the execution of user task. The OS kernel initialization function OS init is executed first. It performs two functions or operation. First operation is initialize the different OS kernel data structure. Second one is create the idle task OS idle which has the lowest priority task. The code snippet for OS initialization and start operation. Here we are using a initial header files #include.h and the main task void main of void. So initialize the kernel, we are using the function OS init function. So OS for init function create the first task. Then we are using the function OS start. It starts OS by executing the highest priority task. So OS start function starts the multitasking. It is invoked only after invoking the OS init function. It starts the execution of the highest priority task from the ready list. It never returns to the calling function. There should be at least one task to execute. The next one is task scheduling. Micro C OS 2 supports preemptive priority based scheduling. Each task should be assigned a unique priority ranging from 0 to 63, with 0 being the highest priority level. So നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ 0 to 63 priority ranges ഉണ്ട്. ഇത് OS മൈക്രോ OS എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ടാസ്ക് ഷെഡ്യൂളിംഗ് എക്സാമിന് ചോദിക്കുന്നതാണ്. ഇറ്റ് സപ്പോർട്ട് പ്രിഎംറ്റീവ് പ്രയോറിറ്റി ബേസ്ഡ് ഷെഡ്യൂളിംഗ് ആണ്. 64 ടാസ്ക് ആണുള്ളത്. ഓരോ ടാസ്കിന് യുണീക്ക് നെയിം ആണ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. ദ 4 ഹയസ്റ്റ് പ്രയോറിറ്റി 0 to 3. ഫസ്റ്റ് 4 എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഹയസ്റ്റ് പ്രയോറിറ്റി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 0 to 3 ആൻഡ് ദ 4 ലോവസ്റ്റ് പ്രയോറിറ്റി ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് 63 to OS lowest priority -3 are reserved for kernel. അപ്പം ഫസ്റ്റ് 4 ഹയസ്റ്റ് പ്രയോറിറ്റി ഉള്ളതും അതുപോലെ ലാസ്റ്റ് ലോവർ പ്രയോറിറ്റി ഉള്ള 4ഉം total 8 reserved for kernel. When the kernel start, it execute the first available highest priority task. A task scheduling happens if any one of the following situation occurs. Whenever higher priority task becomes ready to run, or when a task enters the wait stage due to the invocation of system call like OS task suspend function, OS task resume function, OS task del function, or OS time delay function, OS time delay HMSM function, or OS time delay resume function. Whenever an interrupt occurs, the tasks are rescheduled upon return from the interrupt service routine. So, in a general, the task scheduling happened at task level and ISR level. So, ടാസ്ക് ഷെഡ്യൂളിംഗ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ ടാസ്ക് ലെവലിലായിരിക്കും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ISR ലെവലിലായിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ടാസ്ക് ലെവൽ ഷെഡ്യൂളിംഗ് ആണെങ്കിൽ എക്സിക്യൂട്ടഡ് ബൈ ദി കേർണൽ സർവീസ് OS ഷെഡ്യൂൾ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ വെൻ എ സിസ്റ്റം കോൾ ഒക്കേഴ്സ്. അപ്പോൾ OS ഷെഡ്യൂൾ ഫംഗ്ഷനാണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ടാസ്ക് ലെവൽ ഷെഡ്യൂളിങ്ങിനെ എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ദെൻ ISR level task scheduling is done by the function called OS int exit function. When an OS int interrupt exit function calls is executed, the kernel is notified that the ISR is complete, and the kernel checks whether there is any higher priority task is ready for scheduling. If a higher priority task is ready for scheduling, the ISR returns to the higher priority task instead of returning to the interrupted task. That is here. The always when a OS scheduling function is executed, the scheduler runs the highest priority task. Then OS ready table has a set bit for each ready task. Then checks to see if a context switch is needed. Context switch means switching from one task to another task. That context switch is performed by the function OS task SW. That is a software interrupt. OS task SW is triggered and the context switch handler OS CTX SW function is executed as ISR for this interrupt. The service OS CTX SW function is a part of microC OS2 kernel service and is responsible for handling the context switch operation. It saves the CPU registers and program status word to the stack of the preempted task and load the CPU registers and PSW from the stack of the highest priority task which is going to execute. The task rescheduling will not take place if the scheduler is in the locked state. The scheduler can be locked by invoking the system call OS scheduled lock function. Once the scheduler is locked with this call, the application should not call any other function call, which suspends the execution of the current task like OS task suspend function, OS task resume, OS task del function, etc. Since the scheduler is in the locked state, it will not be able to schedule another task for execution, and the current task is already in the suspended stage. The system hangs up. The scheduling can be resumed by calling OS scheduled unlock function. The microC OS2 kernel support nested locking of scheduling up to 255 level deep. Scheduling is enabled only when the same number of scheduler unlocking calls as that of scheduler locking calls is executed. Here idle task runs when nothing else is ready. So automatically has the priority OS lowest priority. നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി പറഞ്ഞു ഐഡിൽ ടാസ്കിന് ഏറ്റവും ലോവസ്റ്റ് പ്രയോറിറ്റി ആണ്. അപ്പം നമ്മുടെ CPU-നെ എപ്പോഴും ബിസി ആക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഐഡിൽ ടാസ്ക് റൺ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും വർക്ക് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും, ഐഡിൽ ടാസ്ക് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യും. ഇപ്പം ചില കേസസിൽ നമ്മൾ കൗണ്ടറിനെ എല്ലാം ഇൻക്രിമെൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടെല്ലാം യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഐഡിൽ ടാസ്ക് ആണ്. So where is the code which makes it work? Selecting a thread to run. നമ്മൾ ത്രെഡിനെ റൺ ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ OS scheduler function is used in OS core2.c. For context switching, there is a software interrupt is there. That software interrupt is OS underscore task underscore SW, which is in OS underscore CPU.h header file. Then context switching, we are using this function OS ctx SW, that is in OS underscore CPU underscore a.a.a30. And idle task function is OS task idle function, which is in OS underscore core2.c. Then inter-task communication. Micro C OS 2 kernel support the following inter-process communication technique for data sharing and cooperation among tasks. That is, there are two types of IPC techniques are there: message mailbox and message queues. These both have same in functionality but difference in the number of messages supported by them. Both of them are used for passing data in the form of messages from a task to another task or from a ISR to a task. Mailbox is used for exchanging a single message between two tasks or between an interrupt service routine and a task. Mailbox associates a pointer pointing to the mailbox and a wait list to hold the task waiting for a message to appear in the mailbox. So mailbox containing two components. One is pointer that pointing to the mailbox, and second one is wait list that hold the task waiting for a message to appear in the mailbox. And some of the mailbox functions are OS mbox create function is create and initializes a mailbox. So for creation and initialization of mailbox, we are using OS mbox create. Thus OS mbox post function is a post a message to the mailbox. If there is already a message is there, then the mailbox, the error is returned. If a task waiting for a message from the mailbox, the task with highest priority is removed from the wait list and scheduled to run. Then OS mbox pend used for retrieving messages from mailbox. If a message is available in the mailbox at the time of calling this function, it is retrieved through the pointer and the message is deleted from the mailbox. If the message is not available in the mailbox at the time of calling this function, the calling task is blocked and it is put in the message wait list queue associated with the mailbox. The task can wait until a message is available in the mailbox or till a timeout occurs. Timeout value can be specified. It ranges from 0 to 65535 if we use some clock ticks. The next one is OS mbox accept is used for retrieving messages from the mailbox. Here the calling task is not blocked or punted if there is no messages to the read in the mailbox. The next one is OS mbox query is retrieve information about the mailbox. that is containing the whether a message is in the mailbox, is there any task is waiting, how many tasks are present in mailbox. Such informations are retrieved using the function osmbox query. Then osmbox del deletes a mailbox. Then message queue. Message queue is same as that of mailbox in operation. The only difference is mailbox is designed for handling only a single message, whereas message queue is designed for handling of multiple messages. Message queue is used for exchanging a message data between two or more tasks or between an interrupt service routine and task. Message queue also associate a pointer pointing to the message queue, and it's also containing a wait list to hold the task waiting for a message to appear in the message queue. Some of the function or routines associated with message queues are given here. OSQ create for create and initialize a message queue. OSQ post or OSQ post front is used for post a message to the message box or message queue. And OSQ post OPT is same as that of OSQ post function. It allows the broadcasting of messages to all tasks waiting for the message. Broadcasting ആണ് അവിടെ വരുന്നത്. മെസ്സേജ് എല്ലാ ടാസ്ക് വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന എല്ലാ ടാസ്കിലേക്കും ബ്രോഡ്കാസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യും. അവർ പോസ്റ്റ് ദി മെസ്സേജ് അറ്റ് ദി ഫ്രണ്ട് ഓഫ് ദി മെസ്സേജ് ക്യൂ. Then OSQ pend is used for retrieving messages from the message queue. OSQ accept is used for retrieving the message from a message queue. And OSQ query is retrieve the information about the message queue. OSQ flushes the message queue and delete all the messages present in it. It does not delete the message queue. OSQ del function is used for delete the message queue. The next topic is mutual exclusion and task synchronization. In multitasking environment, multitasks execute concurrently and share the system resources and data. The access to shared resources should be made mutually exclusive to prevent data corruption and race conditions. Synchronization techniques are used by tasks to synchronize their execution. For example, one task may be waiting for a resource while it is being held by another task. The task which is currently holding the resource can inform the waiting task when it releases the resource. MicroC OS 2 provides exclusive access to shared resources through the following techniques. First one is disabling task scheduling, disabling interrupts, then semaphore for mutual exclusion. There are two types of semaphore, binary and counting semaphores and mutual exclusion semaphore. And fourth one, events or flag for synchronization. Binary and counting semaphore for event signaling, control access to shared source and synchronization. The function or routine associated with accept, create, del, pend, post and query. The mutual exclusion semaphore for controlling access to a shared resources with priority inheritance. Here some of the functions used for that: accept, create, del, pend, post and query. Semaphore based mutual exclusion is the most efficient and easy technique for implementing exclusive resource access. Semaphore control the access to shared resources as well as synchronize the execution of task. MicroC OS 2 support two different types of semaphores, namely counting semaphore and mutual exclusion semaphore or mutex. Here we are using some function OS sem create function. Create and initialize a counting semaphore. OS sem post function is signal the availability of the semaphore. OS sem pend function used by a task for acquiring a semaphore. OS sem accept function is used for acquiring a semaphore. OS sem del function is used for deletes a semaphore. And OS mutex create function create and initialize a mutex. OS mutex pend function used by a task for acquiring a mutex. OS mutex accept function used for acquiring a mutex. OS mutex post function is signals the availability of a mutex. And OS mutex del function deletes a mutex. The next one is timing and reference. The clock ticks act as the time source for providing timing reference for time delays and timeout. Clock ticks generate periodic interrupts. The clock ticker interrupt should be enabled for handling the clock ticks. The clock tick ISR OS tick ISR void function calls the function OS tick tick function to service the clock tick interrupt. So some of the functions are related to timing. OS time DLY function delay the task for a specified duration. The delay is mentioned in the number of clock ticks. It ranges from 0 to 65535 ticks. Then OS time delay HMSM delay the task for specified duration, and the time delay delay time is specified by the combination of hours, minutes and second and milliseconds. OS time delay resume a task which is delayed by a call to either OS time delay or OS time delay HM and SM. Then OS time get returns the current value of the system clock. System clock is a 32-bit counter. And OS time set the value for the system clock counter. Then last point is memory management. OS2 support runtime memory allocation and deallocation on a needed basis. According to the requirement, we are allocating the memory and deallocating the memory. So the memory is divided into multiple sectors or partitions. Each sector is further divided into blocks. Each block holds fixed bytes of memory. Here shows the figure. So memory is divided into partition, and each partition containing number of blocks, and each block hold a fixed size. Each partition containing a minimum of 2 memory blocks. The block size is uniform throughout a partition. Each memory partition associates a memory control block MCB with it. And last one is interrupt handling. Under MicroC OS2, each interrupt is assigned a interrupt request number IRQ. The action corresponding to an interrupt is implemented in a function called interrupt service routine ISR. The IRQ links to the corresponding ISR. The ISR contains code for saving the CPU registers and restoring it back when returning from ISR. The register saving instructions are processor dependent, and they are usually coded in processor specific assembly language. Here save the CPU registers. NC30 compiler adds this automatically, so it's processor dependent. Then here we are using Interrupt service routine can be implemented in C function provided the cross compiler supports mixing of assembly language with C. If the cross compiler doesn't support inline assembly codes, the only option left with is code ISR in assembly. Micro C OS 2 support nested interrupts with an nesting level of 255. The interrupt nesting level is kept tracked by the counter OS int nesting. The function OS int enter function informs the Micro C OS 2 kernel that an ISR being processed. So, we already പഠിച്ചതാണ് OS int enter function is used for inform the kernel that an ISR is being processed, and call OS int exit function when an interrupt processing is over, and it is notifies to the Micro C OS 2 kernel by calling the function OS int exit. It contains code for decrementing the interrupt nesting counter OS int nesting and the task rescheduling if a higher priority task is ready for running at the end of servicing the last nested interrupt. The ISR returns to the interrupted task if there is no higher priority task ready for running at the time of execution completion. If there is a high priority task is ready for running at the time of ISR completion, that execution is not returned to the low priority task which is preempted by the ISR. Instead, it executes the higher priority task. The keyword interrupt identifies a function as interrupt service routine ISR. Here, make ISR as quickly as possible. Only do time critical work here and defer remaining work to task code. നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി ISR പറയുമ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞതാണ് നമുക്ക് ഈസി ആയിട്ട് ടൈം ക്രിട്ടിക്കൽ ഉള്ള വർക്കുകളാണ് ISR ഈസ് പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. ദെൻ റിമൈനിങ് ലെസ് പ്രയോറിറ്റി വർക്ക്സ് എല്ലാം നമ്മൾ ടാസ്കിലാണ് പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ദെൻ ഹാവ് ISR നോട്ടിഫൈ ടാസ്ക് ഓഫ് ഈവൻ പോസിബിളി സെൻഡ് ഡാറ്റ. ഇപ്പോൾ OS post raise a flag indicating event happened. OS mbox box put a message with data in the mailbox. OS sq post put a message with a data in queue. നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി പറഞ്ഞതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു ISR റുട്ടീൻ എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് സം ഈവൻറ്റ്സ് ആർ പോസ്റ്റഡ് ഓർ ഇവൻറ്റ്സ് ആർ സെൻഡ് ടു ദി കേണൽ ആൻഡ് ആ ഇവൻറ്റ്സ് സെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ് OS post, OS mbox ആൻഡ് OS sq post ഫംഗ്ഷൻ യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട്. This is the end of this section Micro C OS 2.